Geico presents sharing versus oversharing. Earlier this week, Claire Tippins shared a princess nickname generator, 3 pictures of her dog wearing a tutu, and 2 online quizzes, including, what candy is your dream castle made of? Claire, your sharing has tipped the sugar scale and turned into oversharing. But have no fear, princess. Geico has something worth sharing with your internet kingdom, like how you could save hundreds on your car insurance just by visiting geico.com. No magic wand required. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back to Lowdown Radio, again only on Unlimited Radio 247.net as well as GFL.tv. And ladies and gentlemen, we do have the one and only Mr. D'von Dudley going to be on our show later on this evening. And man, what can we say about this guy? He's arguably one of the greatest all-time tag team wrestlers to ever grace the ring. And we're going to be talking to him this evening, going to talk a little bit about obviously his recent release with TNA and talk a little bit about what's currently going on with D'von. So obviously he's a good friend of ours. We had him previously, and he's an absolutely phenomenal guest. So we're going to go ahead and have him on for a little bit this evening, and we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the world of D'von Dudley. So what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is obviously we got our bills we need to pay. We need to please those sponsors, and when we come back, we're going to have the one and only Mr. D'von Dudley live on Lowdown Radio.
For all your hair cutting and shaving needs, contact Bada Bing Barbershop, located at 6446 Paramount Boulevard, Long Beach, California, 90805. Some of their services include shampoos, regular cuts, fades, lineup, and full-service shaves. To make an appointment, call Tony at 562-984-2233 and let him know Lowdown Radio sent you for a very exclusive discount.
4th Street Postal is your new family-owned and operated full-service postal store. They offer everything to make your life just a little bit easier, ranging from mailboxes, packaging, copies, fax, notary, shredding, passport photos, ink, and toner cartridge refills, including office supplies, gifts, greeting cards, and much, much more. Why would you rent a mailbox? Their mailboxes are practical and affordable. They offer security for your mail and receive any package that may otherwise be sent back to the shipper when you're not at home to retrieve it. And also, who wants to wait in line for the post office? They offer a friendly group that can provide USPS as well as FedEx options, so packing, mailing, and shipping is always easy. They also offer an abundant supply of office supplies, greeting cards, unique gifts to help you with the holidays and birthdays. So why not give 4th Street Postal a call at area code 562-343-5344, or just stop by at 2436 East 4th Street in Long Beach, California. And make sure you let them know Unlimited Radio 247 sent you. Welcome back to Lowdown Radio, only on UnlimitedRadio247.net. And ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the one and only Mr. D'von Dudley. How are you, sir?
Good, man. I'm good. That music brought back memories. Oh, God, it brought back so many good memories. It was, God, ECW, it was such a fun time, you know, especially just the business in general, you know. No disrespect, but, you know, before the internet and everything, when everything was still kept a secret and there was kayfabe still involved, oh, man, it was great, man. It was great. And every time I hear that theme, it just brings me back to, you know, back in the day when we were there, we were starting that revolution that Paul Heyman had started, and my God.
Yeah,
the crazy things that we did.
Yeah, you know, I'll be honest, you know, I still, to this day, I still have VHS tapes of ECW, and I still watch it to this day, and oh my God, the stuff that you guys did, the crazy crap that Sabu would do, and Sandman, RVD, just to name a few. Obviously, you had Taz towards the end there, you had Rhino, you had, you know, I could just keep naming names on and on and on, and obviously, you know, you and your brother, Bubba Ray, you know, God, you guys were just absolute beasts, and you guys were, without question, my favorite tag team growing up.
Well, you know, first and foremost, you know, you got to give Heyman credit. You know, you had a lot of those guys back in the ECW days who were nobodies, and he pretty much gave us all shots, and he put us on the map, you know, regardless to what people may think of Dr. Frankenstein, you know, as he was nicknamed in the locker room. You can't help but to be thankful for what he did, because with his brilliant mind and how he put and organized, you know, ECW, it was pure, you know, just brilliant. It really was, and there's no other word that you can describe, you know, when it came to that at that particular time. It was really what the fans wanted and was yearning for, you know, and it was a great time to have done it, and for us to be so young, and I love to use the word dumb, because we would take chair shots, insane chair shots, and barbed wire bats, and rip our skins. Now, you know, I can't do that crap no more. I'd just rather just be in the ring and wrestle and you know, put on a great show and entertain. But as far as, you know, garbage cans and that hardcore style, I don't know if my body could take it. Although there might be one more match left in me to do that. Maybe 2 or 3. But other than that, that's it.
Well, you know, D'von, that brings me to my next question, and obviously everyone wants to know what happened with TNA. Why did you leave TNA? Can you kind of throw us a little bone? I know obviously some things are left kind of secret and corporate and things like that. I respect that. But can you help your fans know what really happened? The honest truth.
No, the honest truth. There's no secret. And what happened, the deal didn't go right. You know, in terms of we couldn't come up with a deal. I believe the deal was on August 28th was the deadline. And, you know, we couldn't come up with a deal that both parties could mutually say yes to. And, you know, I wasn't budging. They weren't budging. You know, I'm not angry with TNA. You know, things like this happen. And that's all part of the negotiation, you know, part of the business that we're in. And it's sad because the fans don't, you know, see what goes on behind the scenes.
Right.
And nowadays, when the fans are supposedly so smart to the business, in a sense, they're really dumb to the business, like we all were back in the day, you know, before we knew the truth about everything. Because, you know, you don't understand, there are things that go on beyond the scenes that, you know, you don't understand why certain things are done, but they're done for a reason. You know, and you don't understand why this person leaves or that person stayed. And, you know, it's just everything is done for a reason. You know, for me, it had to do a lot with my family. and how I felt, how, I felt the deal should have been, that I wanted. And they saw it another way. And at that particular point in time, we just decided, okay, 7 years was, good thing, and that was it. I just decided that I couldn't do it anymore, Again, I'm not disappointed, nor am I angry, because I had a great career with TNA, just like I had with WWE and ECW, and sometimes, you never know. You could ride that train again, who knows? Somewhere, down the road, I could, be back in TNA one day and do great things again. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Only God knows that. We can sit here and speculate all we want, but only the man upstairs can actually know what the future is going to hold. And, again, no anger, no hostility towards the company. I thank the fans on Twitter, because, the fans definitely should have been. I didn't want them to wait any longer because I knew speculation was going around about both of our contracts being up, and, they didn't know where we were going and what we were doing. And, I'm happy, just being able to be home with my family and still training my ass off, but don't want people to think that I'm going to retire, because I'm in nowhere ready to retire, nowhere near. I got about 6 more years, maybe 7 more years left in this body to go. And regardless to where I go or what I do, it could be, TNA, it could be WWE, it could be Japan, who knows? I don't know yet. All I know is that I'm not going to stop training, and doing what I do best, and that's wrestle. So for those of, that think that, maybe I'm going to retire, the answer is no. I'm not going to retire. I'm still going to go. The question is where? Well, I can't really answer that because I don't know. I don't want to give false hope and saying, well, I'm going to do Japan, or well, I'm going to do TNA, or well, I'm going to do WWE. I don't even know yet. All I know is I'm home with the family, spending time, doing what I got to do, and enjoying it. I'm actually doing now a thing for breast cancer awareness.
Awesome.
It's called Hope. Yeah, it's called Hope for Single Moms. And what we do is we basically we come in and we find a mom who basically is single with kids and things like that. And when they can't pay their bills, and they lose their jobs and things of that nature, and they're going through chemo and radiation and all of that, well, we come in and help them pay their bills. Raise the money to keep them going, so that way they don't have to worry about stuff like that while they're going through chemo and radiation, because you're already fighting, this deadly disease, cancer, and it's you're trying to put food on the table and still a roof over your head. And these 4 ladies who, I got involved with, tremendous ladies. One of the women was a breast cancer survivor. And when I found out about it, because my grandmother passed away in 1999, February, and, I've always wanted to be involved in it. And when I met them, it's just weird how, God has a way of putting people in your life, and you don't know why, any rhyme or reason. But it was just ironic how when the contract negotiations were going on, me and those women were putting together a charity event here in Melbourne, Florida, and it was like the deal that with TNA really wasn't a main concern at that particular point in time, although it should have been, but it wasn't. The main concern for me at that point was trying to produce this show for breast cancer awareness and trying to, get as many people in the building and raise as much money as we possibly can. So my focus was basically on the show that I did in Melbourne, Florida, which we raised about $7,000.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, we had well over 600 people there. It was a phenomenal event, kid-friendly. Everybody enjoyed themselves, and, that's what's been going on with me. So I've been a very, very, good advocate of, the Hope for Single Mom. I've worn the shirt a couple of times on TNA Wrestling. and very, very strong and passionate about it. And, I'm trying to give back to the community by helping those who are in need. And if I can give my time and donate and do whatever I can, then, brother, that's what I'm going to do.
Well, God bless you, D'von, for that. That's amazing. Sometimes as fans, we sometimes look at the the wrestlers, and they don't quite understand what all is entailed to being a pro wrestler, and sometimes people like yourself go way above and beyond. Another prime example is John Cena. Another prime example. I mean, how many times has he donated time of his life to the Make-A-Wish Foundation and things like this, and what you're doing for the breast cancer? I mean, that's absolutely amazing. And
I don't mean to cut you off, but I commend the WWE for doing what they're doing for breast cancer awareness. I commend all wrestlers, all athletes, the NFL, for doing what they're doing,
right.
In terms of the colors for breast cancer awareness. The fans sometimes, and you have a great point, John Cena, how much time he puts into, charities and things like that. Listen, here's the deal. And this is a message to the fans, So a lot of times, us wrestlers say these things, and it don't ever make the internet or things like that. Only the stuff that that we might say when we're angry makes the internet. But, I really hope, whoever's listening to this can actually put this out there and just let the fans know we're human, just like everybody else. The only difference is that we're on TV doing a job that we love. That's the only difference. And we're there. Our job is to entertain you. Whether you like us, whether you love us, whether you hate us, respect us at least. Because I hear some of the things and see some of the things that are written about other wrestlers just because they don't like them. And it's almost like, my God, I mean, if you were that good, you would be where they are, but you're not. And we're fans. They're fans, and know the boundaries, in which you can cross. And to be up there and try to belittle or bully somebody on the internet by your words and how you come off is totally wrong. And a lot of times, there are fans that'll come to me and tell me, and keeping with the character, of course, well, I don't like him because he did this and he did that. Okay, that I understand because. You're talking about or speaking about something he might have did that it was heinous on TV. But when you start belittling him outside, of pro wrestling, that's where there's a problem with me. And people like that I tune out. I don't even bother with them. The sly remarks and things like that, whether it's about me or other wrestlers, get to know them first before you actually pass judgment on them. If you don't like what they do if you don't like them as a wrestler, that's fine. But you don't have to be disrespectful about it.
Right, absolutely. And D'von, I do want to get your opinion on one thing. And like I said, everybody that knows me knows that obviously you've been on my show previously in the past, and you and I have a pretty good working relationship here with the show. And, a question I want to ask you, and this is a very big topic on the internet. I don't know if you've heard about this or not, but this was CM Punk last Monday Night Raw, going into the stands and actually what looks like an attack on a fan. Now, have you happened to see this footage and what exactly transpired?
No, well, I saw, I did see a clipping of it this morning because, again, I like to watch the show because I got friends on the show still. Even though I've been going for 7 years from the WWE, there has been guys that have still been there since day one. So I like to catch the show when I can. This morning, before I got my day going, I actually, went straight to that match because I wanted to see. I hadn't seen Vince in the ring in, what they say, 2 years, something like that. Always interested to see how Vince does in the ring. And I did see at the end, you couldn't really see anything from, I guess, the television, from the USA cameras, how they were shooting it. But I did see, fans pretty much grabbing him and pushing him and things like that. And, my thing is this, guys. Again, it's entertainment, man. I mean, it's entertainment. We're there to entertain you. You know, when you start putting your hands on wrestlers and things like that, we're human. We're going to react. You know,
right?
It's like the thing about it is a lot of fans like that. They do it so they can go on the internet or tell their friends and brag about it. You know, I hit CM Punk and, you know, I made him react and this and that. That's what they're trying to do. And, you know, it's like, I don't, you know, when you do, you know, grab the guy or what have you, then he's ready to sue, you know. And the thing is, like I said, I try to stay away from stuff like that. Try not to get, you know, especially when we were the Dudley Boys in ECW. I remember Paul Heyman goes, do not go into the crowd. And, of course, Bubba and I, being stupid, going, well, we'll take on everybody. You know, because we were rebels. We didn't know any better. And we went out there, and there were times where, you know, fans would hit us and do what they did, and we would, you know, pretty much defend ourselves.
Right.
You know, I feel for Punk at this particular point in time if this stuff is going on, because, you know, it doesn't justify whatever the guy is portraying on TV for you to put your hands on him. It doesn't justify it. You know, CM Punk is a normal individual just like everybody else. He has feelings. You know, so for him, you know, to react, it's a normal reaction. You go out in the crowd and you got all these people around you, and then all of a sudden somebody takes a shot at you, you're going to react.
Right.
You know, you're going to react. There's no difference if you're at a club and if the club is jam-packed and somebody, you know, jabs you, you're going to react. You know, and it's not sometimes you always have to keep control of yourself and your emotions and things like that. No, BS. You know, these people should be getting control of themselves.
Right.
You know, but I feel for Punk at this particular point in time because I know what he's going through. Bubba and I have went through many lawsuits, trust me. We went through many lawsuits. There was one in Buffalo where, you know, the guy actually, he was a disc jockey, and he knew what was coming, you know, beforehand. And then all of a sudden, I guess he was a little embarrassed, and then he tried to sue me and Bubba and ECW at the time. I mean, it's crazy, man, what people would do. You know, he was part of the show, and yet still he wanted to sue us.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
It's insane. It's insane. Now, like I said, the fans don't realize exactly what we go through on an everyday basis. You know, you got people that love you. You got people that hate you, you know. But the fact of the matter is those people that hate you, okay, fine. You don't like them, don't watch them, you know, or go to the bathroom when you don't watch, when you're gone or what have you. But, you know, for you to disrespect them by putting your hands on them or just saying vocal things like, you know, just to, you know, push a button, it's wrong. You know, if you're going to keep within the character, fine. Keep within the character and, you know, you suck and this and that and blah, blah, blah. That's fine. That's part of the show. But for you to get, like, really, really obnoxious with it, and that's where you draw the line.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, and you know, talking about that whole CM Punk situation, you know, a lot of people are really putting Punk on blast, and I think it's a bunch of crap because, like you said, Punk was defending himself, plain and simple. And if you watch the videos, and I'm sure you'll be able to come across these sooner or later, there was one that a fan took from the front, and you could actually see the guy from behind giving him forearms in the back. Well, after about the third or fourth forearm, finally Punk had enough, and he swung and he decked the guy right across his mouth. Now, for honestly, for one, to me, Punk should never have been in the crowd, plain and simple, especially WWE, because you and I both know everybody's going to want to be the person that sues Vince McMahon, and they're going to put Vince McMahon under. Well, Vince McMahon has more money, and I'm sure he could probably make sure that nothing really major happens, of course.
Listen, I'm going to put this out there before you go any further. Anybody that thinks they can take Vince McMahon out is sleeping. Because, you know, that man has beat the federal government. That man took out Ted Turner. I mean, seriously, what do you think you're going to do? That man has the world by the balls if he wanted it to.
Absolutely.
I was very, very thankful for my 5.5 years of being with the WWE. Yes, sir. No problem, sir. Anything you want, sir. People say, oh, so D'von, you kissed his ass yet? Damn right. They bought this house and they put the food on the table.
and that's funny because I say that too sometimes. You got to kiss a little butt sometimes in this world, and you got to be that one step ahead of somebody else, And if hey, you know what, I'm sorry, hate me if you like, but you know what, I'm going to be the one having that job when you're at home looking for a job.
Well, it's great. Well, it's great because you hear some of the fans, like some of the fans were, oh, D'von's going back to WWE and this and that, and again, I just want to make this perfectly clear. I'm enjoying time with my family. I'm enjoying time doing the stuff with the, breast cancer awareness thing. So, right now I have not made my decision on what I want to do and where I want to go. If it's WWE and they will have me, great. If it's Japan and they will have me, great. If I decide to, go back and try to strike up a deal with TNA, then that's great. But I have not decided yet, what I wanted to do. And when the time comes, I trust me, I will be ready. There'll be
awesome.
No doubt about it. I will be ready.
That's phenomenal, man. That's really, really phenomenal. Now, where can your fans get a little more about this breast cancer stuff that you're doing? Where can they get a little bit more information about that?
Well, you can go to, again, Testify D'von on Twitter. You can go on that because I go and put a lot of things on there. Or you can go on, D'von Dudley Facebook. There's a lot of information, on there as well. And, we're just out there doing what we got to do to help, beat this, dreadful disease. Because it's just something that everybody, one way, shape, or form, has gone through or knows someone that has gone through it and lost someone to it, And we just want to make sure that everybody knows that, we're there and helping out and trying to do what we got to do to make sure that we can beat the, fight. You can also send donations to Breast Friends of Florida, Hope for Single Moms, Box 561511. That's 561511, Rockledge, Florida, 32956. And, again, all donations, everything goes exactly to what it says, Hope for Single Moms. It goes to these moms so they'll be able to, again, pay their bills, make sure that they can go through and fight the fight without having to worry about being thrown out of their homes.
Awesome. And D'von, I would like to talk to you after the show, and I'll make sure I get that information from you again. I'll make sure that we put up some advertising on our website to make sure we direct our fans directly to that as well, and hopefully we could raise a little bit more money for you guys.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. But again, it was great coming on, and again, I hope I've answered, some of the fans' questions about, what really went down and,
right.
What I'm doing and things like that. And, again, I'm not mad. I'm in a very happy place right now. I'm kicking ass with, being in shape and doing what I got to do. Dropped a lot of weight and feeling great. I can go another 40 years if I can.
Careful. We don't need another Ric Flair.
I'm just saying, it's a good Lord. Hey, wait a minute now. I don't think anybody can beat Flair's record.
This is true. But
like I said, I'm having fun and doing what I got to do. And again, I wish everybody the best in TNA. I have a lot of friends, that I went up and down the highway with. Kazarian, Daniels, AJ. Even Samoa Joe, who has now my television title. Ken Anderson. And the list goes on, and even the Pope. We had good times with the Pope, and I want those guys to continue to do what they're doing and knock it down, knock it out the box. TNA roster is probably one of the greatest rosters that I've ever been a part of. And I definitely, see those guys, just reaching for the stars. Because they're all talented. And, I was very happy and fortunate to be with a bunch of guys that made me feel like family, that embraced, each other, and even my brother, Bubba, it's weird. It's weird not being with him and doing things, without him, because we've been together for 15 years.
Right.
So, for us to have, now really gone our separate ways, and he's with TNA now, and there's a big chance I might not ever go back, or I might go back, but as of right now, I'm done. I'm completely done, and it's time to move on to the next chapter of my life. But I'm really proud of him and what he's done, as a singles competitor. Being the most hated heel in TNA is a huge accomplishment, because that is Bubba in real life. So he's definitely a bully, and he's definitely making it known. People go, my God, why is he so mean and nasty on TV? And I say, because that's the way he is in public. Anybody who's ever met Bubba can tell you they don't like him. He's an asshole. Whenever you heard, hey, man, I love the Dudleys, man. D'von was great, but, man, that Bubba was an asshole. He thrived off it. He loved it. The more of an asshole he could be, the more he would be. It was great. But in all seriousness, I'm very proud of him, very happy for him. And, I hope he knocks it out the box. I've got nothing but good rapport for him. And I'm just happy to hear that he's doing great. And but he's got to keep in mind, and if he ever crossed my path again and grab my kids and put them through a table, that's going to be an ass kicking waiting for him, and then I'll hug him later.
Absolutely. Well, D'von, thank you again so much, sir. I can't thank you enough. You're a very good friend of mine, and, of course, you ever need anything with me or my station or anyone in my crew, and you want some things, advertising things, please do not ever hesitate and let me know. I'm always here for you.
Well, here's the deal. I heard you picked up 2 sponsors, and being that I don't have a contract or a deal right now, I'm unemployed, maybe you can help a brother out, just like, send me a check to D'von and help me out, and, that'd be good. I'm cool, 5 kids, and, I'm just saying we ran out of cable, so that's why we have so many kids. So I'm just saying, help a brother out, send me a check my way and just address it to D'von, and I'll pay you back. I don't know when, but I'll pay you back.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
All right, man.
Awesome, buddy. Well, you have yourself a good evening. Thank you again for everything.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
All right, have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the one and only Mr. D'von Dudley, and what we're going to do is we're going to take another quick break here, and we're going to wrap up tonight's show, and when we come back, we'll go ahead and let you know what's happening for this upcoming Monday. Again, this is the Lowdown Radio only on UnlimitedRadio247.net.
Cutting and shaving needs, contact Bada Bing Barber Shop, located at 6446 Paramount Boulevard, Long Beach, California, 90805. Some of their services include shampoos, regular cuts, fades, lineup, and full-service shaves. To make an appointment, call Tony at 562-984-2233 and let him know Lowdown Radio sent you for a very exclusive discount.
4th Street Postal is your new family-owned and operated full-service postal store. They offer everything to make your life just a little bit easier, ranging from mailboxes, packaging, copies, fax, notary, shredding, passport photos, ink, and toner cartridge refills, including office supplies, gifts, greeting cards, and much, much more. Why would you rent a mailbox? Their mailboxes are practical and affordable. They offer security for your mail and receive any package that may otherwise be sent back to the shipper when you're not at home to retrieve it. And also, who wants to wait in line for the post office? They offer a friendly group that can provide USPS as well as FedEx options, so packing, mailing, and shipping is always easy. They also offer an abundant supply of office supplies, greeting cards, unique gifts to help you with the holidays and birthdays. So why not give 4th Street Postal a call at area code 562-343-5344, or just stop by at 2436 East 4th Street in Long Beach, California. And make sure you let them know Unlimited Radio 247 sent you. UnlimitedRadio247.net. And ladies and gentlemen, what an awesome interview we had again this evening with Mr. D'von Dudley. And, you know, obviously you heard a lot of rumors about what was going on with D'von, you know, what was happening with his contract, what's actually going to be in his future. And you got to hear it directly from the man. So make sure you keep checking in, check him out on Facebook, check him out on Twitter. And he's always really good about getting back to his fans, and you could always chit-chat with him right there. So make sure you check him out. Now, this upcoming Monday, we're going to have Mr. Eric Cross. Now, for those of you that do not know Eric Cross, he's a very obnoxious individual, but he is phenomenal in the ring, and we're going to have him up on our live version of Lowdown Radio this upcoming Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this is the 15th, this upcoming Monday, and we're going to have the one and only Mr. Eric Cross live on our show. Make sure you check out UnlimitedRadio247.net for all the happenings on this show, obviously. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, this has been Lowdown Radio. Thank you very much for tuning in this week, and make sure you keep checking us out on UnlimitedRadio247.net. Thank you very much, and make sure you check us out Monday. Have a good evening.
Geico presents sharing versus oversharing. Today, Bridget Griffin shared a video of her daily yoga routine, 2 self-help articles, and her new blog called Build Your Inner Bridge with Bridge. Girl, your sharing has turned into oversharing. No worries, Bridge. Geico has some info worth sharing with your 7 blog followers, like how you could save money on your car insurance, update your policy, and report a claim just by visiting geico.com. How's that for building your inner bridge? Bridge, Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.